Honor might have just announced the strangest smartphone launch of the year, and somehow it's arriving right in the middle of Apple's biggest iPhone season. Before we jump in, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. It really helps me keep bringing you more tech breakdowns like this one. While everyone's waiting for the iPhone 18 Pro and Apple's rumored foldable Ultra model, Honor is preparing to release something completely different, a robot phone with built-in gimbal hardware, robot-style motion tracking, and camera tech connected to ARRI, one of the most respected cinema camera brands in the world. And yes, this is a real product. For months, the Honor robot phone felt almost too weird to exist. The early teasers made it look less like a smartphone and more like a tiny AI companion that could react emotionally, move around intelligently, and almost behave like a living gadget. A lot of people assumed it was just a concept designed to grab attention, but now Honor has officially confirmed the launch window. The robot phone is coming sometime during Q3 of this year, meaning between July and September. That timing is important because it places the device directly against some of the biggest launches of 2026. We're expecting Samsung's Galaxy Z Fold 8 lineup in July, Google's Pixel 11 series around August, and Apple's iPhone 18 Pro family in early September. So Honor isn't launching this thing quietly. It's throwing one of the most experimental phones we've seen into the most competitive smartphone season possible. What makes this phone stand out is that Honor seems to be shifting away from the robot companion idea and focusing heavily on camera technology instead. And honestly, that probably makes more sense. The robot phone includes what Honor calls an ultra-compact 4DoF gimbal system, which basically means the phone has advanced physical stabilization hardware built directly into it. Instead of relying mostly on software stabilization like most phones do today, this device can physically adjust movement to keep footage smooth. That's where the robot branding starts to make more sense. The phone isn't literally a robot, it's more about robot-grade camera movement and tracking. Honor says the built-in gimbal can create complex, stabilized tracking shots, which sounds a lot closer to professional filmmaking equipment than normal smartphone video. And then there's the ARRI partnership. If you're not familiar with ARRI, this is a company known for making high-end cinema cameras used in Hollywood productions. Their image science is respected because of how natural and cinematic the footage looks. According to Honor, this will be the first time elements of ARRI image science are integrated directly into a consumer smartphone product. That's a pretty big statement. Now, we still don't know exactly how deep this collaboration goes. It could mean color tuning, motion processing, cinematic profiles, or advanced video optimization. But even having ARRI connected to a smartphone project immediately changes how people look at the device. And honestly, this feels like the bigger story here. Smartphone companies have spent years chasing better cameras, but most upgrades now feel incremental. Slightly bigger sensors, slightly better zoom, slightly improved AI processing. Honor seems to be trying something more physical and experimental instead. A built-in gimbal isn't exactly new in smartphones. We've seen smaller stabilization systems before, but this sounds much more advanced and much more central to the phone's identity. The interesting part is that Honor may have accidentally created something that appeals to content creators more than regular smartphone buyers. Think about how many people now shoot TikToks, YouTube shorts, travel videos, vlogs, or even indie filmmaking projects entirely on phones. A device that can deliver smoother tracking shots without needing an external gimbal could actually be useful. Weird, absolutely, but useful too. At the same time, there's still a real question about whether people actually want this kind of device. Most consumers upgrade phones for simpler reasons: battery life, camera quality, performance, design, or ecosystem. A robot-style camera system sounds exciting in headlines, but it also risks feeling gimmicky if the real-world experience doesn't match the marketing. And Honor knows this. That's probably why the company's messaging has changed so much over the past few months. Earlier teasers talked about emotional companionship and AI personality features. Now, the focus is almost entirely on stabilization, motion control, and cinematic video. That shift alone tells you Honor likely realized the camera angle was the stronger selling point. Still, I'm glad this product exists. The smartphone market has become incredibly predictable lately. Every launch starts sounding the same. Thinner bezels, brighter displays, faster chips, more AI features, even foldables are starting to feel normal now. So when a company shows up with something genuinely strange, like a phone built around robot-style motion control and cinema-grade video ambitions, it makes the industry feel interesting again. Will the Honor robot phone become a mainstream hit? Probably not, but that may not even matter. Sometimes the most important tech products are the ones willing to experiment publicly. Even if this phone ends up being niche, parts of its technology could influence future smartphones in ways we don't expect yet. And honestly, during a year dominated by foldables and AI buzzwords, a smartphone with a built-in cinematic robot gimbal might be exactly the kind of weird idea the industry needs. What's your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments section. See you in the next video. Take care.